Hey guys, it's Bricks and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a building challenge. I'm going to be building 3 different cars with 3 different time limits. So we're going to start with 1 minute, then 10 minutes, and then finally 1 hour. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we're going to do a really cool test with all of the cars. 1 and go. Alright, let's get started with our first car. And we're going to have an iPad here for our timer. And since I only have 1 minute to build, I planned this one out a little bit and grabbed some pieces. So I'm going to bring those out. Alright, I think we got everything ready. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh gosh. And there's our yellow taxi. Perfect timing. So here's our 1 minute car. I mean, obviously it's nothing special, but for only having 1 minute, I think it turned out alright. Obviously it doesn't drive or anything, but it still looks pretty cool. I also wonder if it would look better if this black piece was replaced with yellow, but I'm not sure. Alright, so now we're moving on to 10 minutes. And considering for this we only had 1 minute, I'm hoping we can make some pretty big upgrades. And the plan is to make this thing blue, so I think this box has got it covered. So I'm just going to pick out a few bags and let's get started. Alright, I got a few more pieces like some clear paints for windows, and I also got some tires. And we moved the timer over to this side, but that's because we're taking care of the Lego storage over here. Alright, let's get the clock started in 3, 2, 1, and go. So my phone actually ran out of storage for the last minute, but this is what we finished up with. And all I really missed was me just adding some plates to the roof here, and I also put some where the doors would go. I know this one's not great, but we didn't have a plan to start with. About a third of the way through I started going for the Jeep design, and I think it turned out really well. Alright, let's compare the first 2 cars. So here they are. I think this one might be 10 times the size of the first one, but I don't think the details are as good. I do really like the hood vents, and the use of these translucent yellow bricks to signify the taillights. But unfortunately I ran out of 2x1 tiles on the top, so I had to use this letter. Another added benefit of the bigger one is that I can actually roll. But it's time to get these out of here and move on to our 1 hour build. Alright, before we move on to the last build, I want to tell you about my shirt. This shirt right here is designed by New World, and they make really cool designs. Their shirts and hoodies are really affordable, and they just dropped their new winter collection. If you're interested in checking them out, you can use code QBRICKS at checkout to get 20% off all hoodies. And trust me, they're super comfortable. Make sure you go check them out. I'm going to leave the link in the description. And let's get back to building. Alright, so it's time for our 1 hour long build, and I'm really excited for this one. So the plan is to try to build a Ferrari F40. And if you don't know what that is, here's a picture. Lego's already made their own F40, but it goes for about $400. And personally, I'm not going to spend my money on that. Given the fact I'm only going to have an hour, I don't know if it's going to turn out as good, but I'm still going to give it my best shot. So obviously the plan for this one is a bunch of red pieces, and we've got some decently sized wheels too. Alright, we've got 1 hour on the clock. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, so here's our F40. As you can see, we still have 5 minutes and 17 seconds left in the hour, but I decided it was done. Obviously this thing isn't perfect, but it still turned out really good. I like the use of these flame stickers for the headlights, and I like how the top of the wheels are hiding behind the Legos, giving it that low look. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough red tiles to add a removable roof, but looking back on it, I probably could have used black ones. I also like the way that we got the windshield slanted inwards. Alright, let's put it up against the other cars. Alright, so here we go. We got all three. I think my favorite out of all of them is definitely the Ferrari, but the most efficient build for time is definitely the 1 minute car. With access to more pieces, we probably could have made this thing look a lot better, but for what we got, I think it turned out well. Same thing goes for these two. And the more I look at this one, it kind of looks like a smart car. No hate if you drive one of those, they just kind of look funny. But I don't think we really got to fully test them, so let's do a crash test. So let's start by building the wall. And this ended up actually being surprisingly hard to build, so it's off camera, but this is what the cars are going to run into. I think it also needs one more layer of road. So we're using the roads from the police station. So let's put it all together. Alright, so there we have it. So the first car we're putting to the test is the 1 minute car. And there's two problems. First of all, it actually can't fit down the middle, and the bigger problem is that its wheels aren't functional. So I figured the only way to truly test it was to throw it at it as hard as I can. Alright, start the countdown in 3, 2, 1. Wow, I'm kind of surprised on multiple levels here. First of all, the car broke, and I wasn't really expecting that from such a small build. But the second thing I'm shocked about, and also why I think the car broke, is because I hit a perfect shot right here. And you might not believe this, but that was actually first try. Alright, so the 1 minute car actually did pretty good in the crash test, but it's time to move on to the 10 minute car. Alright, so I know this thing has a decently strong frame, but I'm still not too confident up against this wall. And I also think the side angle is an easier way for us to show off the damage. Alright, this thing's ready to go. Let's launch it in 3, 2, 1, and... Okay, so the car did really well. And surprisingly, nothing fell off of it. But that cannot be said about the wall. It broke this thing into 3 pieces, so I'm kind of scared to see what the Ferrari does. But with that, let's move on to our 1 hour car, the Ferrari. And I took this thing away because I think the Ferrari would just destroy it, so now it's just car versus wall. And I still think this angle worked better. Plus, this time, I'm going to be holding down the plates. Alright, let's do it. Launching in 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm gonna be honest, I think we may have just had a tie. It was a pretty hard hit, but they both ended up in multiple pieces. So according to the crash test, that means the 10 minute car is the best. But I think the Ferrari is still my favorite. So that's our 1 minute versus 10 minute versus 1 hour car build. If you liked the video and you made it this far, you should really consider subscribing. I'm a new YouTuber and any support really goes a long way. Also, don't forget to check out New World in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Kubrick's out.